Race number 6 is a Class 3 contest, so points on offer here for the Hong Kong Airlines Million Challenge. 1,200 metre dash here, headed by Flying Tourbillon, drops back into Class 3 company, as does Perpetual Joyance. Chung Spirit, beaten favourite 2 starts back. Harbour Alert, runner-up, course and distance on his last 2 starts. Master Albert, 4 starts. He's been beaten favourite on every single one of them. Fun Machine, first up since January. Thor the Greatest got speed from 10. G1 Lover as well from 6. And Shallow Up, Derek Long will jump on board from barrier 4.
Yep, he's going to probably start favourite again, you would think, Andrew, as we look at the speed map. All great friends, Harbour Alert, Thor the Greatest, all noted front runners. G1 Lover is a horse that likes to race handy. He was right up on the speed last start, not far away behind Starlight the outing before. Doesn't look good for Flying Tourbillon. He could be posted wide from barrier 12.
Yeah, it looks that way for him, but his work's been okay. Here's him down the back straight, just pulling up nicely after a really good gallop. I agree with you, Brett. I left him out because of that barrier 12, but he's a horse that's in fine fettle at the moment. It does drop down from Class 2 into Class 3. All Great Friends has been working nicely. Matthew Poon's been doing most of the work on him. Not a bad piece, but he generally does work well, so it's nothing too different there. He's one of the better workers here in Hong Kong. But barrier 2, he'll be one of those you mentioned, right on that speed duel. Thor the Greatest, so this was a nice piece from him down the back straight. Another one that's drawn wide, though, and could get caught in the speed duel as well, with Chad Schofield taking them out, but he's moving all right as well.
All right, well, let's get straight into the key races then, starting off with Chung Spirit. Going back 2 starts for him. This is over the 1,400 metres. Sorry, 1 start, last start for him. No, we're not. We're going back 3 starts.
We are.
Yeah, he finished second.
I was indecisive too about which race to show, Andrew. I thought we'd go back and highlight his better form. Now look at him, he's running over Spicy Shore here. You look at the horses behind, Diamond King, Regency Bobo, Home Run. That horse in the black colours, Top Laurels, who won not long ago as well. So it's a very strong form line. Diamond King ran place behind 50-50 the start before winning that. So I wanted to highlight that piece of form because the last 2 he's had clear excuses. 2 back, rolled to the front, led, I think over raced, then got tested, and then last start at Sha Tin didn't really fire behind world record. That was a run-on horse race as well, so worth another chance, I think.
Yeah, I haven't.
Binned him.
I'll binned him, yeah.
All right. Simple as that.
He's on the bench. Well, he gets into a minor spot. I do.
Valley.
Yeah, might have a best bet. Never mind. We'll move on to Harbour Alert. Solid effort from him here. A triumphant duel, and Shalux still trying to find his place.
Well, if you put Harbour Alert in a Quinella pool, you'd be pretty happy because he's had 10 seconds in his career.
Yeah, he ran a really nice second once again here, didn't he? It was a good run from Harbour Alert. He's consistent, as you say, but doesn't normally get his head in front. And well, it was a good run, there's more you can say. He's another chance. It's quite an open race, this one, but barrier 9 will be a little bit tricky.
He's been unlucky, really. He has, Harbour Alert. He's been rolled like that about 4 or 5 times just in the final stride or 2. So, you know, the punting gods and racing gods will probably level the score up at some stage.
They will. Well, as far as Master Albert's concerned, if you're backing him, the punting gods haven't been in your favour because he's been rolled 4 times his favourite, once as odds on. Yeah,
$2.50 is the highest he's ever paid since he's been here.
And he didn't even pay it.
No, he didn't. He was out of the money at that stage. Look, he's got ability. He had excuses earlier on with his wide draws, but now when he did draw well, he just, you know, ran 3rd behind Charity Glory. Look, I'm going to take him on win line because I think he'll start 250 again. Yeah,
look, he's 350 at the moment. You could tip him to win again. He deserves another chance. He's done very little wrong. He hasn't won. He's just been costly for punters. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him win. But eventually you've got to, you know, draw the line and start working around him. And I'm like Paul, I'm going to start that now.
Yeah, I've no doubt he'll win races. But say if you've backed him 4 times already, you might be looking elsewhere.
The law of averages says he'll win now that the ball jumped off. But
who are you with, though, Paul?
I'm going to go with a horse we haven't talked about called Fun Machine. Now, he's had a lot of leg problems since he's been here, foot problems, but he's all over those now. And I've liked his last couple of gallops. I thought they were quite good leading into this. The cross noseband comes on, put on a little bit of weight, 20-odd pounds. But from barrier 1, first time at Happy Valley, and a real open race. At 20-odd to 1, I think I'll take a chance with him on top. He'll be my long shot for the meeting. Fantastic Feeling now comes into the race with all its pace on. He's going to get the race really run to suit, so he might sneak under a few punters' guard as an emergency. Master Albert obviously is the favourite and will run well, and all great friends from the ones on the pace. But I went 8, 9, 7 and 5, but I would be backing at 8 each way.
It'll be interesting to see what Jenny says about him, because he's had a chronic orthopaedic condition, Fun Machine, and hasn't raced for almost a year. G1 Lover for me. Just keep looking down at that second placing behind Starlight, who's probably the highlight horse of the Valley so far this season, I think it's fair to say, or right up there anyway. Master Albert in for second. All Great Friends and Chung Spirit. I'm not completely done with him yet. I keep looking at that Diamond King 50-50 form line. 11, 7, 5 and 3. But all three races in the triple trio, very competitive.